What's at stake for Campbell? Because this is I feel like this is kind of it on the shots of getting an offensive coordinator before it starts to really stick to Dan.
But like, I thought Campbell was spread way too thin. In some ways, I would like for him to just hand over the offense and, hey, this is the tenets of what we want to do. These are the core things that we want to do. But let's get the defense sort of dialed up, right? But to me, I mean, this is I don't want to call this a make or break year, but it's certainly a year where, you know, the Lions have to live up to the expectations that they've set.
Dan, if they're a last place team again next year, I can't even conceive of that, but let's say it happens. Let's say they're missing the playoffs at 10-7, which is plausible. I do think that Dan's going to take some heat. I don't think they're going to get rid of him, but I think that would be one of those things where, like the Dr. Pepper ad, they pull out the hot seat. But if he wins a playoff game next year, it'll be just like the Dr. Pepper ad. The hot seat goes away, and they act like it never happened. But he does need to do better. Like, that's not an unfair ask of Dan. I think that's one of the reasons why I have confidence in the Petzing hire, is because Dan knows that he's going to be judged on that.
And I think those are the stakes. The stakes are what it costs the franchise if Dan gets it wrong, because it's Dan. The real stakes are there are three pillars on which this team is built, and it's Sheila, Brad, and Dan. If one of them gets shaky, the whole thing goes bickety bam, and it comes down. The best place to be is a place where Dan is firmly in control, and this team is contending, and everything's moving forward. This was the first setback. Could just be a bump in the road, right? Perfect scenario. It's just a bump in the road. Next year they're in the playoffs. Nobody gives a damn. But if it falters again, now you have a real problem. And in the NFL, those real problems turn into firings fast. So yeah, the ceiling question about Dan will get asked if this season it doesn't go well, and it'll be warranted. Have you done as much as you can do? Have you taken this as far as you can take it? Do we need to have another driver to get this car across the finish line? Those kinds of things. I want them to figure out what they need to do schematically on the defense, because if this team is winning in the playoffs, we get to have way more fun, because these conversations in January suck.